Okay, we're going live. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Yeah. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, you get the bonus because most of the time, so far, all the time, I start on YouTube the podcast. I let that podcast end and then the YouTube ends. So you're getting bonus footage on the YouTube, but you can catch us on Spotify and Stitcher, Anchor, a couple others out there. So listen up. If you could do us a favor and like the video, subscribe and comment, I'd appreciate that. That would be the best. That would really help the show. So what we're going to do with this particular show here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're loaded. What we're going to do with this particular show is we're going to talk about the quick weather update. We've got a storm blowing in from the west. Today is Wednesday, January 27th. And the weather is just crazy. It's just been dumping in Arizona, which we don't get this kind of snow this quick very often. And I mean, it came. It's so solid. Right now, it says we have between a 60 and 70 inch base. 60 to 70 inches. You know how many feet that is? We're in the middle of the desert, and that's what we have for snow. Oh my God, that's just crazy to me. Just crazy. But you got to love every minute of it. Hey, we got a couple shows that are going to be coming up. We're going to talk about gloves and mittens, our Louis Vuitton Valentine's show. Get ready for that. The Bowls of Vale. We also, I took a trip to Santa Fe. I flew out with Olivia and a couple of her girlfriends and their mom, Anna Maldonado, and her daughters, Daniela and Bella. And they played softball with Olivia, and they all grew up together. But anyway, we went skiing at Ski Santa Fe, and I've got a show just about that. One of the girls went through a situation where she was skiing and skied off of the side of a run, had an injury. Ski patrol came, and it was something. So I've got a show about safety and talking about that and skiing with other people and making sure others are keeping an eye on you because you just don't know. It was a really freak accident. She was a good skier, so that wasn't the issue. But anyway, back to I have some webcams I was looking at in Bryan Head, and if you know anything about Bryan Head, it's in the southern part of Utah, and there's not much skiing down there. So Bryan Head is pretty close to Las Vegas, and it was open in the winter of 1964 to 1965. 10 years later, the town of Bryan Head was established in the area surrounding the resort. The resort grew from a one chairlift operation to a complete resort offering skiing, snowboarding, tubing, night skiing, dining, mountain biking, and hiking. With dozens of activities, scenic beauty, and the pristine mountain air, it's easy to see why Bryan Head Resort has become a destination for adventure and relaxation. I know this much. My mom and her sisters, Lynn Vradevo and Colleen Weldon, went to Bryan Head and stayed one summer, and those guys went biking and hiking and fishing and all kinds of stuff there. So I guess it's just something else beautiful. They rode the gondola up and did some photography. Just had a grand old time. But anyway, the way that it looks, I was looking at the mountain cams, and it looks like it's a little bit overcast, but not too bad. But it looks like a storm's blowing in. It's kind of crazy. Same thing. Let's take one more look here real quick. Brian Head, just to give you a little bit of like what's the 1, 2, 3 on Brian Head. Brian Head, right now it says it has 71 trails. It has 11 lifts. It's 20 degrees. The summit snow depth is 31 inches, and they're expecting quite a bit more this weekend. By the way, lift tickets, I saw the most expensive lift ticket on a Saturday was $85 and $63 on Thursday. So it's pretty affordable to ski there. We'll have to check that out. Hey, wanted to talk to you about some ski helmets. And should you wear one or shouldn't you? You know, this is a funny little argument that people have. All I can tell you is that I've now had me melon rung a couple of times on the hill. When you ski with the likes of a guy named Eric Reinhardt and Mike Avalar or Eric Keating, these guys just go super fast and super hard all day. I can't even tell you. These guys just love to go hard. I don't know if they love it as much as I do, but they're better than me and they're good. These guys ski so good. It's incredible. I mean, and I'm not sitting here trying to pat these guys on the back. The fact is this is how you learn how to ski good, as you watch other people and what they're doing, and then you test yourself and you say, hey, I can do that. And then boom, you surprise yourself and you're like, wow, man, sometimes you fall. You don't fall very often. In fact, I've gotten my skill set down that I haven't fallen probably hard in the last 10 or 15 trips. But I was at Vail, and me and Mikey Avalar were shredding, and I fell with my helmet on and saw some stars. So, yeah, I'm going to grab one of these helmets over here. I'm going to talk about it. And I have another one here on the right, and I have my daughter's the one in the back. I'm going to show you a couple of things on the helmets that I think is interesting. We're going to start with this one here. This is the one I'm skiing with right now. It's blue, has a couple of vents on each side. It's called a Turbo Sky, or I'm sorry, it's the Turbo Ski, I guess is what that would be. My bad. That's the best. But there's a Red Bull sticker that's above it, and a nice layout design is that it has this clip that's on the back that you can tuck the strap for your goggles under. So, two things. If you have a helmet, I recommend a helmet. I also recommend goggles. A couple of reasons, though. You don't just have protection. It keeps you warm, keeps the wind out of your face. If you have a baklava on or a face covering or whatever you call yours, but anyway, let's just call it a face covering. If you have your face covering up and you're breathing into that, it won't fog your goggles up when you're skiing fast. And the last thing is that if you want to put a GoPro on the top of your helmet, there's a great little place on the front that fixes a place for a GoPro. Now, I don't have one on this particular helmet yet, but on the next one, I'm going to show you where I'm going to put it, because I think the other helmet is the helmet that I'm going to use the GoPro on for the helmet. But anyway, what's interesting or unique about this particular one is that it has this adjustment on the back here. So when you put the helmet on itself, you can adjust the tightening against the neck so you don't have wind blowing up underneath the head. It fits snugly across the ears. You can take this out, this lining out, and it has an insert that you can put headphones in. Or what I recommend, especially with as good as these headphones are now, is just get yourself some wireless earbuds, or just barrel wired. It doesn't even matter. Just put those in, and now you have music. I had this one crazy cat that was skiing up there, and he had a speaker like Flava Flav falling off his chest, rocking out to some reggae. It was crazy. It was, in fact, it inspired me. So I have a little speaker that I'm going to take up now, and I might just have that on me. So I have a little music on old Frank Diddy from the big city. By the way, if you ever see me out and about and I'm skiing, throw a peace sign to old Frank Diddy and say, "What's up?" Let me get that other helmet here real quick. Okay, so the helmet is on. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to show you how this thing works again. Underneath this particular helmet, I have on a skull cap. It's 80% polyester, 20%. Let's see here. %80 polyester, 20% spandex. Put this over your head. This also keeps you warm. You put it over your ears, it keeps your ears warm. But what it does is I took the lining out of this helmet because I wanted the snugness to fit so that I could put the GoPro on the front of this helmet, for example. But anyway, it snaps up here. And this is how you take it out. Just rest that here. Put this here. Goggles down. You can adjust the chin strap. You want to wear the chin strap. And you want it to be snug. I wear the baklava underneath the chin strap, so you leave a little play. But when you stand in line, you now have to have the face coverings on, so it all works out. Put the goggles up on the top here, just like that. That's over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder, looking good. I'm going to show you Olivia's helmet. Let me go set this down over here. Olivia's helmet is set up just like these other two helmets, with the exception that it actually has earphones inside of the helmet. Now, why that's neat is, or significant, is there's a little connection that's inside the helmet itself. It takes a 3.5 millimeter plug that you can attach from any cell phone or music source right into your head, right into your helmet. You can pipe in your own music right into your helmet. It's the coolest thing. So all day long, you can sit there listening to Chopin or Beethoven, or you can jam out to some Van Halen or whatever is clever. But she's got the upgraded helmet with the dragon goggles and the rose lenses. And they're cool. God damn, they're so cool. Speaking of music, so I had a couple people hit me up and they're like, "Hey, Frank Diddy from the big city, what's up with your music?" And I was like, "Yeah, the music. Okay, let's talk about music." Because apparently 5 songs, whoops, breaking news. Dow's taking a dive here before it ends today. And apparently 5 songs isn't enough. We've got to do 10 songs, and we want to talk about them just a little bit. So this particular one, I went with 5 rock and 5 rap. What? Yeah, man, I'm dropping some rap on you too, because I've been a DJ, I've been a bartender, I've been a manager, I've been a bum in the street. So I know how to roll when it comes down to some music, especially with the funky beat. Yeah, that's old Frank Diddy for you from the big city. He's got down the music scene. So I need you to roll up and pay attention here while I talk about this list. Because I was looking at this and I said, okay, what do people want to hear when they're on the hill? A lot of times it's high energy. A lot of times it's fun. Sometimes it's different music. You'll go up there and you'll hear some cat playing, some Willie Nelson, and you'll just have the best time jamming with that guy. The next weekend you'll go up and you'll have a DJ spinning nothing but rap music, and then you'll go up the next weekend, they'll have a reggae band. So the ski resorts on weekends really rock it out. They do quite a bit in regards to entertainment and the lodges, and it's fun. It just turns the whole mood of the place into whatever they happen to be going on, whatever happens to be going on that weekend. And there's different events and that'll go on through the course of a season. So let's talk music. This list, the first one on the list is a song by Imagine Dragons called Whatever It Takes. So I'm on the hill and I'm hearing this thing piped in, and I had a helmet on that had earphones. The other blue helmet over there has it set up like Olivia's. And that song is such a rush. You just sit there and jam on it. The next song is Windows by Missing Persons. I have another one from the 80s that follows. Oh yeah, Windows by Missing Persons. Here's the deal with that one. Missing Persons is probably one of, if not my favorite band. Maybe I wouldn't say my favorite band, because there isn't a favorite. There's a few in the top 10, Steely Dan and a couple others, but Missing Persons is right up there. Number 3 is To Live and Die in LA by WANG, CHUNG. They had another couple of big hits that were a lot more popular, but this one came out or was on a soundtrack to a movie under the same name to Live and Die in LA. It was about this guy that counterfeited money that lived over in Los Angeles. And the lineup of stars that was in it will freak you out. I'm gonna just pull it up here real quick because this was one of my favorite movies, and it was a B movie. Okay, but here was the cast. William Peterson. And William Peterson was the head cat on the CSI series for a long time. William Dafoe. William Dafoe was the bad guy. He was the counterfeiter, and he was so pimp. Oh my God. Like, if you were to check him out. And then Robert Downey Sr. was in it. I mean, I could just tell you, just watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a good show. But anyway, that soundtrack, half the soundtrack was all instrumental, and the other half of it on the other side, it was an album. One side was instrumental, and the other side had a couple of songs that were cool. That was one. Kids by Management, and that's spelled MGMT. The last one is called Lay Your Gun Down by The Moment. I'm sorry, In the Moment. It's a new band I was turned on to just recently, and they just, this chick just rocks. So if you like good hard rock and you like a good female voice singing it, this one, just Lay Your Guns Down by In the Moment. Here's the rap list real quick. Rap. I'm a Playa by Tech 9. Imagine going through the terrain park and you've got this, I'm a player, I'm a player, I'm a player, I'm a player, I'm a player. I'm a player. Yeah, it's crazy. So you've got that in your head just echoing as you're just banging out rails and heading to the half pipe and all that. Anyway, number 2, Solid Wall of Sound by a tribute called Quest. It's a play off of an Elton John song. You got to check it out. Highly recommend it, and it's a jam. We Could Do It by Naughty by Nature. Now, this song is not for anybody under the age of 18, so please don't be putting this on your podcast. I mean, on your iTunes and playing it at your mom's or dad's house or whatever. Number 4, Get Down Tonight by Casey and the Sunshine's Band. Casey and the Sunshine Band to me is like cowbell. I just can't get enough. I need more cowbell. I need more Casey and the Sunshine Band. Yeah. All right. Number 5. Pulling in the 5. Number 5. Cozy featuring Cisco by DVBBS. That's my list. That's what I have for music. Leave some comments. Share your ideas about what you might be listening to when you're on the hill. Maybe some recommendations. Don't send me your bullshit music. Like, oh yeah, here I've got, I don't know, the Sunland Sunshine Band, or here's Seals and Crofts. I ski with an edge, like, so things, some speed metal, like, yeah, I've got a song called Walk by Pantera that's on the list coming up here. And if you guys know Pantera, you know what I'm talking about. That shit's evil music, man. You got to be careful. You'll start worshiping the devil if you listen to too much of that. But anyway, I'd like you to hit the like button, subscribe, Leave a comment. Let me know what's cooking. I'm interested in what you got to feel, what you want to know about skiing, what you think about the helmet section. And thanks again for listening. I really appreciate it. We got a new show going to be coming up, going to be popping here real soon, so pay attention. All right, I'm out. 2, 3. We're going to be signing out. Take only what you need for yourself. It just rocks. It's crazy, especially if you're skiing. And then anything with missing persons, I just put on missing persons and shuffle. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, it's California rock. And I love California. So that's just what's up with that. And the Bulls of Vale. I can't even wait to get into that show. Gloves and mittens. All right, listen, I'm going to go. I got it. A couple things to take care of. Peace out.